Have you ever found yourself reflecting on the meaning of your existence and the passing of time? And have you ever had the impression that you have wasted the best years of your life while time passed inexorably? And again, have you ever had the feeling that time is slipping out of your hands or devouring you like a hungry tiger? On the journey we are about to embark on, thanks to a Zen story of spiritual growth, we will explore the mystery of time, the hope that shines in the darkness, and the transformation that can arise from even the most difficult moments. So, prepare to be guided towards the discovery of an eternal truth that resides in the heart of every human being, a truth that will allow you to make up for wasted time. And stay until the end because, in a succession of emotions, you will learn a lesson that will undoubtedly have a role in your spiritual journey and in your personal search for inner peace. But before continuing, if you are not yet one of us, subscribe to the channel and activate notifications to be updated when we publish new content. In the heart of Japan, among the silent woods and flowing rivers, stands an ancient monastery where the elderly monk Kimi lives, famous and appreciated by his disciples for his vast wisdom. One morning, as the sun rose over the horizon and the monks were busy working in the monastery gardens, a man named Takeshi, who had been frequenting that sacred place for years, approached Kimi with deep anguish in his heart. "Master," he said, his voice thick with the weight of remorse, "for some time now I have been tormented by the thought that I have wasted the best years of my life. I made many mistakes. I changed my mind several times about the studies to undertake, and in the end I convinced myself that I had not yet achieved anything significant in my life." Kimi placed a reassuring hand on the man's shoulder and looked at him with compassionate eyes. "Takeshi, time is a constantly moving river," he said. "We can't stop it or go back, but what we can do is learn from the mistakes of the past and cultivate the present with wisdom and compassion." Inviting Takeshi to follow him along the path surrounding the monastery, Kimi pointed to the surrounding landscape. "Look around you," he said. "Every plant, every animal, even every stone tells a story of growth and transformation. In nature, we see the reflection of our own existence, a constant flow of change and rebirth, and we are not different from nature. Indeed, we are part of it in a harmonious way." Takeshi nodded, feeling comforted by his spiritual master's words. "When you feel like time has been wasted, remember that nothing is ever completely lost," Kimi continued. "In the universe, there is a mysterious force, an intelligence greater than us that constantly works, even when we are convinced of the contrary, to bring balance and harmony into our lives. It's as if every moment we consider wasted was just a piece of the great existential plan that concerns our lives and that of every single individual on Earth." Crossing a stone bridge over the stream that ran next to the monastery, Kimi bent down to pick up a small plant that was shyly peeking out between the rocks. "Look at this plant," he said, pointing to it. Even though the conditions seemed hostile and the soil barren, it found the strength to grow and thrive. Thus, we too can find the strength to face life's challenges and transform difficulties into opportunities for growth. It all depends on our will, on our ability to forgive ourselves and to speak to our most intimate part. Takeshi, reflecting on his mentor's profound words, observed the plant with a new sense of wonder and respect for life. "It's incredible," he thought, "how negative events sometimes distance us from these extraordinary truths." "Remember that hope is the light that shines in the darkness of our existence," Kimi said, as they reached a vantage point that offered a breathtaking view of the valley below. "Even when all seems lost and the future uncertain, even when the night seems endless, hope guides us through the darkness and supports us in times of difficulty, allowing us to see a new dawn." As they contemplated the landscape, Kimi continued, "Each new day is an opportunity to start anew, to embrace life with renewed fervor and gratitude. No matter how many years we may think we have wasted, every present moment is a blessing that we can cultivate with love and awareness." Takeshi felt moved by his master's words, feeling a sense of peace and acceptance in his heart. "Always remember," continued the monk, "that you are part of something greater than yourself, and in the infinite dance of the universe, every single moment has a unique meaning and value. So, my dear friend, trust in the process of life and let the wisdom of your heart guide you. Be aware of your actions, plan your goals, and commit yourself with dedication. For the rest, leave it to the universe." With a light heart and a peaceful mind, Takeshi understood that he should embrace every moment of his life with gratitude and awareness. Thanks to Kimi, he had learned that even seemingly wasted moments had meaning in the grand scheme of existence. Day after day during his stay at the monastery, Takeshi immersed himself more and more in spiritual work, meditating and listening to the wise words of Kimi and the other monks. Through the constant practice of meditation and mindfulness, Takeshi began to discover the hidden beauty in the present, to see the world with new eyes, and to perceive the profound connection between all things that happened. Every flower that bloomed in the monastery gardens, every ray of sunshine that filtered through the branches of the trees, brought with it a message of hope and rebirth, a reminder that even in the darkest challenges of life, there was always the possibility to find the light. As the weeks and months passed, Takeshi felt his fears and anxieties melt like snow in the sun, giving way to a deep inner serenity and an unshakable trust in the flow of life. Each day brought with it new challenges and opportunities for growth, but he faced it all with courage and determination, knowing that his heart was guided by the light of truth and love. A few months after the start of that spiritual journey, Kimi and Takeshi found themselves together again in front of the sunset, illuminated by the golden colors of twilight. "Takeshi, watch the sunset," Kimi said, pointing to the fiery horizon. "It is a symbol of the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new chapter. Like the setting sun, let go of what was and embrace the new day that is about to be born." Takeshi nodded, hearing the wisdom in his master's words. "Master, what does the future hold for us?" he asked, a note of trepidation in his voice. Kimi smiled, placing a hand on Takeshi's shoulder. "The future is a mystery, Takeshi, but what really matters is how we deal with the present," he replied. "Always remember to live in the present moment and embrace each moment with gratitude and joy." The two exchanged a meaningful look, aware that their bond was stronger than ever, and in that moment, Takeshi finally understood that it didn't matter what the future held for them. By now, he had learned to trust the flow of life and to find peace in the present moment, the only one that really matters, the only one in which we can work to change things and improve our existence. "And so, Takeshi, our long journey together comes to an end," Kimi said, his voice quiet but full of meaning. "But always remember the lessons you have learned along this path. Wisdom resides in the heart of every human being, and true fulfillment comes from connecting with the divine that resides within you, the divine that is you yourself." Takeshi nodded, feeling a deep gratitude for his master and for everything he had learned from him. "Thank you, Master, for guiding me along this path of discovery and growth," he said with sincerity and with tears in his eyes. Kimi smiled, touched by his disciple's words. "Always remember, Takeshi, that true happiness lies in finding inner peace and being in harmony with the flow of life," he said firmly. "May you carry with you the lessons you have learned and find joy in your journey," the monk added. Thus, Takeshi set out towards his future with courage and hope, aware that even though his journey could be difficult and full of challenges, he had learned to trust the flow of life and find inner peace in the knowledge that everything happens for a reason. And as he watched the sun disappear behind the horizon, Takeshi felt a sense of gratitude and serenity come over him. He had learned that true happiness lay in connecting with the divine that resided within him, and that his journey to personal fulfillment had just begun.